Okay, guys, welcome to some Grisly Sultai. We're going to play first, see what we get into. So we've got Island Forest and no Black Source. Usually, you definitely want to have a Black Source. Let's go and mulligan this one. Double Tarmogoyf and Dismember. I miss out on the blue mana, but yeah, I don't mind the double Tarmogoyf. Hopefully we'll Thought Scour, yeah, put that one on the bottom. And then we'll go ahead and let's put the Overgrown Tomb into play tapped. And then pass the turn. Yeah, we're usually you'll have at least a blue source in your opening hand, but we can get into some thought. Hopefully, if we'll draw into a blue source, we get some Thought Scour action going. So our opponent gets down plains. Come on, oh, Death Shadow. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually, yeah, if he casts Path to Exile, we'll have the follow-up Tarmogoyf. So let's go and shock this in, get Tarmogoyf down, and then pass the turn. Now he's just got a single plains, and I don't know, man. That looks like a Soul Sisters plains over there, so we'll find out. I might be wrong, but I like to take a wild guess sometime. Also, on a side note, guys, I do have this deck list up on MTGOTraders.com, so I have a link down in the description if you want to check it out. But yeah, this is Sultai Delver. Not Delver, but it's Grisly Sultai. It's kind of like Delver without the Delver. I've got some white weenie action. Okay. But yeah, it's pretty fun. If we get into Blue Source, we can really turn on Tarmogoyf because we'll at least have an instant and with Thought Scour, and if we get into Fetch Lane, we'll get that going. Grim Flayer. Yeah, I don't mind Grim Flayer. Let's go get a Grim Flayer and then pass the turn. Grim Flayer is pretty. I've enjoyed playing with him. It's a very unique card with his trample ability and look at the top. If you're unfamiliar, well, once we get him down, I'll kind of break down what he is if you're unfamiliar with Grim Flayer. But if we can just get into like a Fetch Land and a Blue Source, we'll be set on this one. Now, as far as Grim Flayer goes, he has Trample. Once we get Delirium active, he's going to get +2/+2, so he's going to be a 4/4. And it's actually not that hard hitting Delirium with this deck. We run 3 Phyrexian Revokers, so it's an artifact creature, and then as long as you have like a land and an instant in the graveyard, you can turn on Delirium pretty quick. And plus, the Phyrexian Revoker fuels the Tarmogoyf too. Alright, so he's going to be swinging in with 3. That's going to have Double Strike. Let's drop us down to... we do have Dismember, though. Okay, get into a Blue Sword Breeding Pool. Okay, so let's go ahead and shock this one in, because we do have Death Shadow, so that's not that bad. So let's go and shock Breeding Pool in. Now, what do we want to do? We can Thought Scour to pump Tarmogoyf. We can Dismember on the Paladin. It'll lose Double Strike. And that'll pump Tarmogoyf to a 2/3, because we'll have an instant and a creature in the graveyard. We can pay 2, get down Death Shadow to take care of the Porcelain Legionnaire. Go down to 8. It's going to be a 5/5. Yeah, I like that. Let's go for Dismember. Let's go and get down Death Shadow. It's going to be a 3/3. Let's see, does Death Shadow... Does he have... both creatures have Double Strike. Okay, so let's go and get down Death Shadow. And then we'll go for a Dismember on the Silver Blade. That way we can swing him in Tarmogoyf. And we can also pay 2 more life. Yeah, let's go and do that. I don't mind doing that. Hold on just a second. Sorry about that. I'm trying to pay off that one colorless. Maybe I'm... Oh, let's do it this way. There we go. Sorry, it was tapping weird. There we go. Dismember on the Paladin. We could have a 7/7 Death Shadow to block the Porcelain. We can swing in with Tarmogoyf and Grim Flayer. And we can also go ahead and Thought Scour in case we turn on Delirium and pump Tarmogoyf. So let's go and do that now too, since we have Death Shadow. You know, maybe he has a Path to Exile or something. Okay, so Tarmogoyf grows to 3/4, and we have 2 in the graveyard for Delirium. Let's all get the Grim Flayer activation too. Now we've got Overgrown Tomb, so we don't need the land. Let's go and chunk that into the graveyard. Do we want Grisly Salvage? That's the key. Now let's go and put Phyrexian Revoker into the graveyard. And I'd like to get into, well, we can get into like a Snapcaster with Grisly Salvage. Yeah, I don't mind doing that. We'll go again. We'll put Grisly Salvage on top. And And then yeah, so we'll have Death Shadows. You know, if he has Path to Exile on a pump effect, then he'll have it. But we can hold back and block with Grimflayer and Tarmogoyf, and start swinging in with Death Shadow, get his life total down. We also have Tarmogoyf coming out of the hand too next turn. I wasn't that far off. You know, he's got the the basic whites. I could see this being a white weenie type deck, mana base. I don't know. Sometimes you know, when you play online a lot, sometimes you've got to sit there and you know, all you have to do is look at the cards. And so sometimes I'll try and based on the mana base, kind of see what they got going on as far as deck wise. I know it's kind of silly, but keeps it fun. So he got down the Blade Master. Whenever ally enters the battlefield, you may put a +1 counter on him. Okay, so he's a 2/2. Now he's got 6 damage in first strike with the Porcelain Legionnaires and 2 right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and we can shock in Overgrown Tomb and still have Grisly Salvage and get down Tarmogoyf. We have Delirium active, so we can, well, we need to leave up 3 blockers. So let's go and swing in with the Death Shadow. Yeah, because if he double blocks with the Porcelain Legionnaire, he'll be able to take care of either one of these. So let's go ahead and let's just swing in. Let's go and shock this in. We don't Dark Confidant on anything. Let's go and swing in with the Death Shadow. Yeah, because he has 8 points of damage over there, first strike, and we'll be able to survive that. Okay, so that goes to the graveyard. Let's get down Tarmogoyf. And then we can still have, yeah, we'll have Grisly Salvage. We can do it on our opponent's turn. Now, as far as sideboard action goes, if he has a bunch of 1/1s, definitely we have Golgari Charm coming out of the sideboard, so we can definitely get into some action with that. But we should, I think we might be able to swing in next turn. Journey to Nowhere. Okay, man. He's going to take care of one of our creatures, but we'll still have 2 blockers. Okay, so it goes for the Death Shadow. And then we can still go in Grisly Salvage to get into something. So let's go and fire this bad boy off. Snapcaster. We do have Dismember. Okay. Yeah, let's go and go for Snapcaster. So if we get down Snapcaster, flashing back Dismember, take care of one of his Porcelain Legionnaires, he's only going to have 3 first strikes, so we'll be able to swing in. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for that. So we're going to go ahead and Snapcaster right now. Pay 2 off the Dismember. Go and fire that bad boy off. Let's go 1. Alright, so take care of one of those. And then what we can do is he hasn't had any removal, so we'll just go and swing in. Yeah, so we're swinging in. We've got 10, 14 points of damage. He's going to have to block on one of the creatures. And then Trample on Grimflayer is still going to come through. Okay, so we got the Grimflayer trigger. Let's go. Put this into the graveyard. Grisly Salvage into the graveyard. Let's go and grab Phyrexian Revoker. That way, at least we have a 2/2. We have a body next turn in case he gets into some shenanigans. Okay, so Phyrexian Revoker goes on top, and then depending on what he gets into, we should be able to close it out the next turn. But yeah, this is one of the fun things of the deck is we're playing a Death Shadow deck, so you get to use your life total as a resource. So yeah, so our opponent going scoops. Let's go to sideboarding. Now he's got a bunch of little. Let's bring in Golgari Charm. And I think that's it. He didn't really have any, you know, we don't need to bring in Dispel or anything like that. You know, maybe he has Path in there. We could swap the Spell Pierces out for Paths. I mean, swap the Spell Pierces out for Dispels. Spell Pierce, I'm okay on. Thoughtseize, okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So let's go ahead and cut, let's see. I like Grapple with the Past to get into, grab something out of the graveyard. Let's cut a Gitaxian Probe. I like leaving the Dismembers. We have Abrupt Decay that's really good against him. And let's cut a Thought Scour. There we go. And then go and submit the deck. I think I click submit. There we go. Okay. On to game 2. Good luck, buddy. And this is, we have no mana, so gonna have to mulligan this one for sure. Okay, so we have Dark Confidant, Snapcaster, Dismember, Grapple with the Past. So we're looking at getting out Dark Confidant, getting into some card draw action, kind of take care of any early threats with Dismember. Yeah, we like that. I'll go and keep. We also have the Scrycum. Yeah, we'll go and put that on top too. Really, you need about 3 mana to operate this deck, 3 to 4 mana. We are running a little bit light as far as lands go. So let's go ahead and we'll go and get down Polluted Delta. Get the graveyards offset and pass the turn. But yeah, like Sultai is one of my favorite colors. I definitely enjoy playing it, and the way I've approached at least Modern for my channel is I like to play tier 2 decks a lot of the time, and so we got White Knight, protection from black. Okay. So let's go and crack this Polluted Delta. Let's get into a, I want another black source, so let's get into, we have Overgrown Tomb, let's get into a Watery Grave. Put that into play tapped. So now we just need to get a blocker for White Knight and get a nice little, ooh, just talked him up. There you are, Mr. Tarmogoyf. Okay, so let's go, actually I'm going to get some card draw going, so let's get on Dark Confidant. And that way we can kind of like run the, with him swinging in with that White Knight, he can knock our life total down. That way if you draw into a Death Shadow. Devouring Light. Devout Lightcaster, excuse me. Exile target black. Oh man, he brought in the he brought the black hate in for sure. So he grabs our Dark Confidant. Get into Grimflayer. Okay. So if we grapple with the past, there's going to be instant in the graveyard, and it's a May ability. So he's going to have protection from black. He's going to be swinging for 4 next time, drop this down to 13. Let's go and get Tarmogoyf down. Now I was debating on getting down Grimflayer or not, but let's get down Tarmogoyf. That way at least we can grapple with the past next turn to get his, pump him up to at least to a 3-4, because we'll have grapple in the graveyard. And hopefully we'll hit like a creature or just another sorcery, something like that. And Glorious Anthem. Okay, man, this is getting the beat sticks for sure on this one. Alright, so he's coming in for 6. We're going to have to take it. Drop us down to 12, 9. Get into Overgrown Tomb. So what we can, well, don't want to shock it in just yet. Because we can shock it in and we'll be able to Grimflay and grapple with the past. He's going to be able to swing in for, now if he has the Paladin to grant double strike, he'll have this, but I don't mind making this play. So let's go and get down Overgrown Tomb, get down Grimflayer. And then we can still grapple to pump Tarmogoyf as like a little combat trick. Yeah, it's just, he's got a pretty quick hand with the protection from black, so it's kind of be aggressive with our life total a little bit. But that Glorious Anthem's putting in some work, man. The only thing this deck is probably missing is some Springjack Shepherd action. It'd go perfect in here, man. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 goats coming in hot. Okay, so let's go and block on protection from black, first strike. Yeah, let's go ahead and go on the first strike. And go with grapple with the past. It's looking pretty slim pickings right now, so hopefully we'll be able to get above that 3/3 body with this grapple with the past. 2/3, okay. Guess we'll go ahead and bring Forest back to our hand. That would just shock it in. Alright, so it goes to a 3/4. We're able to stop the White Knight right there. Let's see, he's got like a pump spell. Sorry, I'm adjusting my mic right now. See if he's got a pump spell or something. I don't know what's coming in. He's tapping for some white mana right now, though. Apostle's Blessing. Okay, man. Which won't really matter. They're just going to trade. So we're going to be taking 3, drop us down to 4. And as far as Delirium goes for Grim Flayer, we're at 3 cards in the graveyard. See what he gets down. Porcelain Legionnaire. Okay. We can definitely dismember that, but it's going to be pretty pricey if we want to do that. So we may have to scoop this one up. Get into Death Shadow. Okay, so let's get on Forest. So he's going to be able to swing in. Protection from black. We can block right there. Can't block on Death Shadow. We can block with Snapcaster. He can come in. Porcelain's going to have first strike. We can block on the Death Shadow on the Porcelain. But we get 2 creatures in. We're going to lose 1 life. We go down to 2. But we can get down 4 blockers. Let's go for it. We'll go for a Death Shadow. And then we can try and we can Snapcaster and grapple the past to maybe pump Grim Flayer. Yeah, because Snapcaster is going to block on the Devout Lightcaster. Tarmogoyf is going to block on the White Knight. Death Shadow on the Porcelain Legionnaire. And if he swings at it, we can Grim Flayer on this. Yeah, okay. There we go. And we also have Dismember coming out of the hand, too. But we're not going to swing in because he's got first strike on that Porcelain Legionnaire, so we'll be able to take out Tarmogoyf and Grim Flayer. So basically right now we're kind of looking on flashing back that Grapple the Past to maybe get Delirium active for Grim Flayer. And he's only got 1 card in hand. I think, did he just play a Plains? No, he hasn't played Plains yet. Or make this land drop for the turn. That's what I meant. Yeah, we're at 3 live. It's not over yet, but we're gonna try our best. Yeah, so I think we got it. So we've got Tarmogoyf on the White Knight. We've got Snapcaster on the Devout, Grim Flayer on Suture Priest, and then we'll trade right there if we have to, and then Death Shadow on the Porcelain Legionnaire. Okay. Alright, so he's coming in hot. Coming in hot with the team. So we're going to get down to Snapcaster. Let's go grapple with the past. We're going to go down to 2 off the Suture Priest trigger. Let's fire this grapple with the past off. And it is a May ability, so if we don't see anything... Ooh, Friction Revoker and get another Tarmogoyf. Okay, so we're going to grab that Tarmogoyf for sure. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to blocks. Let's go on black. Let's go Grim Flayer on Suture Priest. Death Shadow on the Porcelain Legionnaire and Snapcaster on the Devout. Is that right? Is that how we were doing? Yeah, protection from black, so we have to go to Snapcaster right there. That's going to kill... Let's re-rack real quick. So we got Suture Priest is going to die. Porcelain Legionnaire is going to die. We're going to trade right there, and then we'll be able to get down Tarmogoyf next turn. Okay. He's got 1 card in hand, so I don't know what he's got. And so as far as the next turn goes, we've got 15, we've got 20 points of damage coming in hot. Protection from black. So what we can do is... Can hit another Grim Flayer. Okay, so what we can do is we can swing in with Grim Flayer, swing in with Death Shadow. He's going to have to block. Yeah, so if we swing in, we'll have Tarmogoyf blocking right there, Tarmogoyf blocking right there. We can also go down Grim Flayer again. So yeah, let's go and swing in Grim Flayer and Death Shadow. Yeah, because we have 11, 15, 20. He blocks on Tarmogoyf. We get in for 15, which will leave him at 2. Yeah, so we'll go and swing in Grim Flayer. That 1 point of damage will come across. But I'm assuming he's going to go for the Death Shadow block. Yeah, so basically we're looking at getting in 4, dropping down to 13. We'll have the Grim Flayer trigger. And Tarmogoyf to follow up with. Alright, so see what we hit off the Grim Flayer. Dispel, Phyrexian Revoker, and another Grim Player. Let's actually grab Phyrexian Revoker because they do have protection from black. So let's chunk the Dispel into the graveyard. Let's go Grim Player, click OK, put Phyrexian Revoker on top, and then redeploy our hand. So let's go Tarmogoyf. Make sure I'm doing this correctly. So let's go Tarmogoyf, green, blue. So we've got the double blocks right there. And we'll go and get into some more Grim Flayer action. Grim Flayer, and there we go. Okay, so if he just draws hot and gets into some removal, he'll be able to close it out. But hopefully he doesn't. So Suture Priest. Okay. So as far as next turn goes, he's gonna have protection from black. Let's see what we can swing in with. And we do have to watch out for the Suture Priest trigger, casting our creatures. Okay, so we can fully cast a Dismember on the Suture Priest. So that's going to leave him blocking Death Shadow and a Tarmogoyf. So we're looking at 8 and 13 damage. So that should be enough. So let's go ahead and Dismember on the Suture Priest. Let's go colorless, black, and black. And then yeah, we should. I'm gonna go and let's double check it real quick. We should be able to swing in. So we swing a Death Shadow, and he's gonna block on Death Shadow, stopping 11. Then he needs to stop the 5/6. So then we're looking at 9, 13. Yeah, that should be exactly enough. He's gonna no cards in hand. And then we can still play Phyrexian Revoker if we need to get into something. So coming in hot with the team right now. Yeah, so that's if he does that. So he blocks on Death Shadow, he blocks on Tarmogoyf. That's still going to leave 8, just enough, 13 damage to close it out. All right, we close it out, guys. I know that was against White Weenies, but it was a really good showing of what the deck can do. So I'm probably still going to go and post this video. So if you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.